Going to be a short video on all the mics that I have worked on thus far. I don't have every single one of them because there are a couple that are out there. Dwayne's Sputnik, for instance. And here in the front row, I've got, this is a project I'm working on right now because I actually was lucky enough to get a hold of two Bakelite frickin' telephones from, heck, old as heck, but these things are made out of Bakelite, and they have carbon microphones in them. So I am putting there is a power source up here, there's a transformer down here, and of course it'll flow down. This is going to be a push-to-talk right here. And of course it's got the caps for top and bottom. I was very lucky. This thing has got brass highlights. Isn't that cool? Looky there. Anyway, let's go from the bottom rows, left to right, and I'll tell you what's going on with each mic. This is my Model 30, which is my personal oldest mic here, and it's just very cool. It's got a crystal element in it. Those of you who know about the Model 30, it was also called the Brown Biscuit, and it was a favored mic for harmonica by Sonny Boy Williamson, I believe. This right here is a Turner CD, which the D stands for dynamic, and I understand this one was made in about the 50s, from what I understand. It weighs a freaking ton. It has a dynamic element in it that sounds terrific, by the way, and it has a transformer, a rather large transformer, that's held in place by some black wax. It looks like tar. Moving right across, this is a Turner P9R, which stands for carbon. I don't know how they got carbon, but anyway, I did fashion a mic stand adapter for it. That looks kind of neat. And I also put I have a lithium-ion 3.7 battery that supplies 20 milliamps of power to the microphone, and it sounds badass. This microphone over here is a Turner 9, actually a Turner 9X, okay, and the X stands for crystal, but the crystal mic was not working in it, so it was replaced by a Shure mic with a Shure transformer, and once again, it sounds fantastic. This is the volume knob right here. The carbon mic has a on-off switch. This is an American D10, which is a dynamic mic, just like this one over here. But it has like this weird shaped diaphragm, or this weird shaped front. Check it out. Yep, that's it. It's just weird. It's triangular, and I got to get a mic stand for it because it didn't come with a desk mic stand, but I'm sure that I can figure that one out. I figured everything else out so far. I actually got that along with this one, which is a Astatic T3, the egg-shaped mic. It's pretty cool. It had a crystal element in it, a genuine Astatic crystal element in which I hijacked immediately and put in my personal mic. So I have a couple other crystal elements, but I wanted that one for my personal ones. That's one of the benefits of frickin' working on all the mics by yourself. Now, this right here is actually related to this one right here. This one right here is the porthole mic. And the reason why it's called the porthole mic is because when my son was here, we both agreed that it looks like a porthole off of SpongeBob. It sure does, because it's kind of fancy, kind of weird and funky. It's got the big round volume knob on the back, and it's got the cord that comes from it, the cable comes from it, actually comes off at a 90-degree angle. And so it goes straight down. It's actually very cool looking. Let's see. So we got this mic here is called Son of Bob SOB. And what it is basically a much smaller copy of the porthole mic. And the reason why is because a long time ago, I'm not sure if they're still, I think Mad Cat makes a lot of really small harmonica mics that fit in the palm of your hand. Anyway, this one fits in the palm of your hand too. Let me demonstrate. Boom. Just like that. Okay. And the loop bends down at 90 degrees so you can stick your one of your fingers through it, so you won't drop it. And it sits down low in your hand when you cup it. And there's nothing in the mic itself except for the element. Everything else is down the line inside this. This is a volume pot and a transformer. So it's impedance matching, basically impedance matching. It goes to high impedance. It uses a Shure, it's a 13 to 8, and so it goes from 8 to 13. It's higher impedance when it comes out. And one of the other things that I did was I used this cable right here, which is RG316. It's only 2.5 millimeters thick, and that's for going from the microphone to the volume pot. This mic right here has a special name. It's called Light from Your Own Hell. And it's one of the first actually really cool mics that I built. It's made from, of course, a D104 head, if any of you know what that is. And it's got just the most wicked spiral freaking design on the barrel here. This is just for a volume pot and to hook it into something. I actually could have gone much smaller on this, but I didn't want to because it looked really good. Now, on the back of this mic, okay, is the most hideous blue painting that I've ever done. It looks like a kid did it with some Crayola crayons, but it also has, from the Joan Rivers collection, one of her brooches, which is a butterfly. That is the closest thing that I've ever seen to, it's a butterfly that is the closest I've ever seen to a death's head moth. I thought it was so cool. And what it's here for now is for me to listen to see if I can get a better element for it, and also to redo this hideous paint job on the back. I'm sure it'll be much better when I'm done. Anyway, this belongs to Cherry Chubb. I actually made it for her because she is the best singer that I know of in the entire area, and is one of the hardest working people that I know too. And she needed a mic, and I needed somebody to freaking sing with my mic. So guess what? She got one. Anyway, this black mic right here is one that I will be working on in the future. Turner microphone. I think it has a crystal element that goes with it. This right here belongs to Chuck Evans, a friend of mine, and it will be getting a 520DX element in it, a transformer, or another Shure element and transformer, depending on which one I think sounds better, or which one he would like. Anyway, these right here are, that right there is that element is actually a homemade element. It is made from a piezo disc, and it doesn't put out a lot of noise, a lot of power, but it does put out some good sound, and it can be controlled. And I think that that's very important when you're trying to get less feedback. Unfortunately, it does lack quite a bit in the range department when it comes to range. Now, here is a carbon mic element from a telephone, from the two Bakelite telephones I got. Here's another one. I believe I'm using this one in the phone. These right here are actually the earpieces from those phones. And as you know, or you may not know, an earpiece from a telephone can be turned around and used as a microphone. Granted, probably a very large diaphragm microphone, but it can be used as a microphone. Pretty cool, right? Okay. Anyway, this right here is a Shure element, and it's a Shure transformer. Okay, and it's separated by, the spacer is a dice. I just thought I would use it for it. I bought a bunch of dice, and I was trying to think of things to use it for. I said, spacer, that's perfect. So inside these big egg shapes right here, I can actually drop that right in, and it fits no problem. Put a little bit of padding around it. Let me see if I can hold this up where you can see it. You can see it. It fits right in there. See? Boom. Focus. Focus. There you go. So there we go. Shure element, Shure transformer. These elements with those transformers sound very clear. Very clear. That mic right over here is a very clear, the clearest Turner element that I've ever used. But the porthole mic, okay, is also very clear. And that uses that configuration. So I'm pretty well sold on that configuration. And oh, by the way, I can also take that and plug it into an amp, turn on a bunch of distortion, and voila. I've got, I don't know, what, pick out your favorite distorted vocal song, okay? This right here, hold on a second. That's a crystal element inside of a, you know, pillbox or something like that. Just had experiment around there. This right here is another crystal element, because I just so happened to get like 2 crystal elements in a row that were like teeny like that. And I'll figure out where to put them in. I'll definitely figure out where to put them in. If I can't get that, if I can't get the carbon element in this, which I'm definitely going to get that working, because it just, I'm going to work on it till it's done. And I always said, hey, you know how you get that old telephone sound? Yeah, you grab an old telephone and use an old telephone. And that's what that's all about. So anyway, that's what's going on. These are all the mics that I have right now. All of the mics on this table, except for that one. That one belongs to Cherry Chub. Okay. That one belongs to me. That is my Model 30, and I will never part with it. And this one belongs to Chuck Evans, okay, Romac, and it's going back to him with a better element than I got it. It had a what it had in it before. It had a fake. It had a, you know how you get these microphones and they say, oh yeah, it's a Shure 58, and it's the writing on it's weird, and there's no transformer in it and everything like that. Well, I just decided to see what it would do, and it did very poorly, so I took it back, and I'm going to put a nice element in it, and it'll work a hell of a lot better. So then I'll be, you know, proud to have it out of there. But I do not like sending mics out that sound like bad, and that's one of the reasons why, not the sound per se, but the painting on this. I saw that on Facebook, and I said to myself, I can't believe I did that. Anyway, I made it my mission life to get it back. Now, some of these mics go out, with the exception of those mics, mine, Cherry Chub's, and Chuck's. Everything on this table can be sold. Everything's for sale. Reason why is because I'm not trying to start a microphone collection here. What I'm trying to do is bring good-looking and working performance mics out there, so that performers can go and they can you know, grab their favorite mic and you know this mic right here. You know what this mic is used for? Was used for most famously. And in this corner, an announcer mic for boxing ring, you know, matches and stuff like that. These come down from the, they'd be suspended from the ceiling. Chuck knows that. He used to box. So he recognized it right away. I didn't know until I was told. So anyway, that's pretty cool. I can't imagine anybody who wouldn't like, I mean, wouldn't like one to pop, you know, to be lowered from the ceiling so you could just start jamming with it. Okay, I think a lead singer would be pretty happy with that. An announcer would be pretty happy with that. But anything on this table is just, I try to have really cool looking stuff. I adore the freaking bullet-shaped mics. I love antiques, and I love doing stuff like that. That right there, I'm telling you. When that freaking thing came out and was spiraled and bringled out like that, it was amazing. I just thought that was one of the most amazing things that ever happened. And after I saw that blue and black out there, no, that got to be changed. All right, SOB over here, right? SOB is one of my favorite projects right now because it's coming along rather easily. I just split up the materials between the microphone and the volume over here. Incidentally, you did realize that dice, that's that dice knob, but yeah. It goes all the way up to 11. Anyway, that's going to be worn on the hip, on the holster, so that it can be rotated. This thing rotates, and you'll have the volume knob coming out of either from the front or the top, and so that it can be used. You have access to it. And these are locking connectors, so they don't just pop out. Locking connector, locking connector. So I'm trying to make them for performers so that they'll have something that's really cool. I know when I'm making these things, I try to make them so that they're cool. I realize that I'm an old guy. I might not know what cool is anymore, but I think I can be counted on to make something that's freaking usable in the least. Anyway, that's all I got for you today, and if you're interested in any of these microphones, I will be opening up an Etsy page very soon. And you can either contact me there, or you can contact me on Facebook Messenger, and that will be just fine too. And we can negotiate. You can laugh at my price, and I can laugh at your offer, and then we'll have a great time. We'll go listen to some music together, maybe have a beer. It'll be great. All right, have a good one. Bye.